Today I will be talking about the Western and insanely in love with her crush magical girl, Aimi Eri. So let's begin. Aimi Eri is a 16-year-old balanced type magical girl. She is 160 centimeters in height. Her eyes are reddish orange while her hair is a light orange. Aimi comes from Chell Ward in Kamihama City. Her soul gem is an orange heart located on the chest of her magical girl form. Her weapon are two revolvers, which is a handgun mainly called six-shooters in the westerns. Ayami's wish to be a magical girl was to know how her crush feels about her. I want to know how he feels about me. She attends Churo Academy in the 10th grade. She also has no witch in Doppel at the time of this script and video. Ayami's magical girl element is the fire element and her ability is behavior prediction. A magical girl who lives for love and romance. Even though she had the same crush for so long, she still gets too embarrassed to talk when she sees him. Her greatest secret, a notebook of fantasies where she tells him her feelings and date night plans. Aimi is overjoyed to find a boy named Hataro loves her back. She imagines a romantic encounter with him and decides to write it down in her secret daydreams notebook. She admits it's a bad hobby, but she can't stop. Suddenly, she stumbles into a witch's barrier and finds herself attacked by a witch. Aimi thinks about giving up, but decides she can't be afraid. Suddenly, Natsuki Utsuno appears and cheers her on. Natsuki introduces herself and says she'll fight alongside Aimi. Aimi defeats the witch and thanks Natsuki. Aimi reveals that Natsuki is the first other magical girl she has met and invites her for tea to talk about magical girls. At the cafe, Natsuki explains she's the manager of her school's baseball team. Aimi asks if there are any boys she's interested in. Natsuki says they're just friends. Aimi says she likes talking about romance and invites Natsuki to come to her if she ever finds someone. Natsuki then asks Aimi to bring up what she wanted to talk about. Aimi says it's about her wish. Aimi explains that ever since middle school, she's been in love with a boy named Hayato Ayazaki. Aimi narrates that the thing she likes most about him is that he does kind things without being noticed, like putting lost keychains in the desk of people who lost them. However, Aimi had trouble talking to him. Natsuki says she also feels nervous talking to other boys as well, unless they're from the baseball team. Aimi then says she tried to ask around to see if Haitara had a girlfriend, but no one seemed to know. Then, while Aimi was writing about her daydreams, Kibe appeared. Thinking she was still daydreaming, Aimi made her wish. Please tell me how he feels. Natsuki is shocked by this, but Aimi says it was alright, because Haitara likes her too. Natsuki says Aimi must have confessed it to Haitaro, but Aimi says she didn't, and she is waiting for the right time. Aimi then just starts narrating and imagines a confession scenario. To Natsuki's confusion, Aimi apologizes, but Natsuki says it's fine, and that Aimi loves with all her heart. Natsuki cheers on Aimi, saying she'll invite Hataro out next time. Aimi relieved, but she sees that her notebook is gone. Aimi is worried that Hataro might have found it, and Natsuki volunteers to help. Natsuki suggests backtracking to find the notebook, but the girls do so, ultimately arriving at Ayami's school. Aimi finds Hataro is there, and she is horrified to see he's holding the book. Natsuki then points out that Hataro has been witch's kissed. Ayami says she won't forgive anyone for laying a hand on Hitaro. The girls track down the witch's barrier. Ayami tears into familiars and the witch. Afterwards, the girls check on Hitaro, who is unconscious by her right. Ayami is worried that Hitaro saw her book, and explains that Natsuki, it died her dream journal. Natsuki says that if Hitaro is the person Ayami loves, he wouldn't look into her notebook without permission. Ayami is forced to agree. Natsuki tells Ayami not to lose herself. Ayami then says she'll confess. Suddenly Hitaro wakes. Ayami asks if he's alright, and Hitaro thanks her for looking for him. Ayami attempts to confess, but blurts out that Hitaro has her notebook. Hitaro says it's lucky he ran into her then, and says he didn't know who it belonged to because he didn't want to look inside. Ayami is relieved and forgets her confession and bids Hitaro goodbye. Natsuki telepathically connects Ayami and asks what happened. Ayami says that the moment got away from her, and Natsuki thinks that at this rate, Ayami will never confess. Ayami still relieved that all her worries are still there. Her ability is behavior prediction. I think this is supposed to mean that she can predict what a person is feeling, like how she wishes to know the feelings of her crush towards her. Her name Ayami means beautiful love in Japanese, and her last name, Eri, means river and interest, respectfully. Fact 1. Her illustrator is Hiro Kanzaki, who also illustrated Eromanga Sensei. Fact 2. Her magical girl form has a Wild West motif. This includes her outfit, her weapon, and her magi. Fact 3. Her Japanese voice actor is Rina Ueda, who you may know as Clara Ketchi in Tamagotchi Miracle Friends, and a bunch more from that series. Yayoi Hanara in Akatsu, Ajimi Kiki in Prepara, Sophie Noel in Kumomokuo, Alice in ID 0, Hemimorphite in Land of the Luscious, Kanao Sayori in Demon Slayer, Kisasoma in 2019 Fruits Baskets. She's also Saris in Sailor Moon Eternal movies. And last, Chiaki Tachibana in the Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster, and a lot more other characters that I can't add in or this will make this fact way too long. And that is Aimi Eri. Next time I'll talk about Wen Isuzu. So see you next time.